Alright, so I finally went on my first solo. However, it didn't quite go as planned. So I'm gonna post all the video footage of that. I had my GoPro and then a couple other people filming. So I got a lot of good video of that. I'm gonna try to trim it down quite a bit so I don't bore y'all to death with all the boring parts of it, but try to throw in the important parts. So check out the video and I hope you enjoy.
There you go, nice and fast.
So this is my first attempt at a solo, and I got a little excited and everything was going great. The run was great, the wing was flying great, but then I sat down in the seat way too soon before I was off the ground. So I just kind of slid on my butt, and you'll see that here in a second. And so we had to sit up and try again. Luckily, my wing overshot me and I didn't get any lines in the prop or anything.
Keep running, keep running, keep running. You got it. There you go. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Oh, you jumped. Kill it, kill it.
Get on my line! Get on my lines!
We'll see. I think it came over the top, but I don't think you caught anything. He's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, give me a hand. I'll help you stand up, and then we'll worry about your one. So we don't want any gas falling.
Yep.
There. That was just a jump. You just jumped.
Yeah, got a little, thought I was up and I wasn't, so.
You'll feel it like it's going up. All right, get your legs underneath you. There you go. I think you're okay. I think it just pulled right over the top of you. Okay, you want to unhook and think it, or do you want me to set it up?
Daddy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Amber. Let's check your lines. Put your things in here.
What about the prop? I don't think I hit that hard, but.
You did.
No,
Good grass.
prop looks fine.
How's your butt?
It's fine.
You just got a little bit too excited about that air. That was a short flight. What do you want me to do? You want me to unhook and set up again, or throw it over the top?
We'll check the lines before you go again.
Yeah, let's just unhook then.
Okay. So this is going to be my second attempt, and this time actually everything goes pretty good. The only issue I had is it wanted to turn left as I was running, which I thought, you know, it was just the direction the wind was coming from and that it was blowing, you know, I was running into the wind. But later I'd find out that it was actually a wrong setup on the hang point offsets on my motor that was causing the left turn tendency. Also, there were some weeds very close in a little swamp, and because of that left turn tendency, it kind of turned me into it. And so just as I decided to abort the flight, I popped up off the ground, and at that point I had to make a split-second decision to either continue the abort and crash into the weeds in the swamp, or hit the gas and hope I made it over them. So as you'll see in the video, I hit the gas and was able to make it over them and get up for my first solo.
I feel it coming now.
I think I might actually have to run that way
Yeah,
a
that's
tiny
what I'm
bit.
saying.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Let's turn it just a little bit. Oh, nice wind. Yeah, good direction, good wind.
Clear prop.
Correct, yep, brakes in hand, clear to the pulley. Can you flip it up onto your arm and get your A's? Brakes in hand, clear to the pulley, all the way under there. Run, 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 run. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Chest back, chest back, chest back. There you go. Get your chest. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. Keep running, keep running. More throttle, throttle, throttle. Okay, fly the wing now, fly the wing. Good. All right, keep that wing right over your head. That's doing good.
So it was at about this point here that it hit me that I was airborne and I was officially flying solo, and the adrenaline dump hit, and it was just absolutely amazing. And then this is also the point where it hit me that while my engine was throttled up, I could only turn left because the hang points were offset slightly wrong. And that's due to the manual. The manual was written for a belt-driven motor, which turns the prop counterclockwise. My Polini turns clockwise. So the manual actually told the wrong direction to set the offsets, and luckily I did a hang test and thought that it was wrong, so I set them centered instead of offset to one side. So what I ended up having to do to be able to come in for a landing is I had to throttle up and gain altitude while only turning left. And then once I got a decent amount of altitude, then I could let off the throttle and the wing would fly straight and I could turn left or right. So I was able to straighten out and go a little bit downwind so I could come in, or upwind, so I could come in for a landing. And so, you know, honestly, yeah, I could only turn left. It was my first flight, but I was cool, calm, and knew I didn't need to fight the wing to turn right. And as long as I just kept it flying at a left turn, that I'd be fine. So here you can see me kicking my feet to indicate that I'm coming in for a landing. I tried to radio and let them know I was having some left turn issues, but they couldn't hear me over the engine. So I just came in for a landing, and I came in and I flared a little too soon. I realized it, so I stopped the flare, and then I came down a little bit fast. I flared again, but not quite enough, and ended up landing on my butt again. But nothing got hurt. I did forget to cut my motor up in the air because I was too focused on not turning left. So that was a mistake, but otherwise it was a successful landing, and all my equipment was fine.
No. Kill the motor. Kill the motor.
You
Okay.
shouldn't hit the ground with your motor on.
Ah, shoot. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Kill your motor, kill your motor.
I was trying to focus on not turning left. It wants to pull real hard. The torque on this thing is hard left.
Yeah.
And I think the hang points need to go off to one side.
Yeah, let's see what you're... Yeah, that was some of your launch when you took off. You had a hard left, didn't you?
Yeah, yep. Well, I made it down in one piece.
Dude.
Nice courage. Good job. Good job. You're safe. Coming in fast, but yeah, you shouldn't have your motor on. Shouldn't have your motor on
Yep.
For quite a bit. Come down, kill it. Just commit. You have it. Good job. You need a hand up?
Maybe. I might be able to get it.
That's his official solo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. That's so cool.
This is his first one.
Hey, you want to pick up on my motor? Don't grab it by the exhaust.
Can I grab it with a prop?
Yeah, no, just underneath the frame. If you can't, that's fine. I might be able to get it. There we go. Whew.
You going again?
Probably not, because it's pulling hard left.
Okay.
Analyze that.
That's not a quick
let's
fix?
look at it and see.
Well, you know the... Yeah!
So after we adjusted my hang point offsets the correct way, we decided to try one more time. However, it was starting to get a little bit late, and the wind had completely died, which made it extremely difficult to get the wing up. And I ended up getting it up on one side, not focusing enough on the other side, and it collapsed down on the one side, and I ended up getting my lines in my prop. Luckily, I heard them hit the prop and cut the engine real quick and didn't damage the lines. But we were gonna try again, but I decided that the conditions weren't right and that there wasn't enough wind for me to try again, and that it would be better just to wait rather than risk hurting myself or messing up my equipment. So hopefully there'll be another video coming soon of a more successful solo. But yeah, so just stay tuned for that. Enjoy the rest of this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, and both of these, and then the blue one goes one more time. Two more times. Almost there. They're tough lines. They're good.
One more time, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely tough without any wind.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right, watch
You're
your
good.
foot. Yeah, step forward. You've got a little caught on your...
Oh,
on your line.
I think I got it off the ground.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah, you're out there.
let me hook my brakes back up.
Do you still have enough room, or should we stage them back there?
Yeah, let's set you back up. You can run there. You want to keep going? We need a light on you. I've got a light I can put on you. Are you good, or one more, or you're not?
Yeah, let's try one more, I guess.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe it'd be better to wait for a day with more wind.
I think so. This is good practice, though.
Yeah.
But you're going to come in faster, and you're going to huff it, and there's more likely chance you're going to damage something.
Exactly, yeah. I think I'd rather just wait for a
Good call.
more wind.
You had a successful solo, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
no
one.
shame quitting now.
All
agree with that.
Yeah. That's a good call. I think you're just gonna snag your line.
Yeah.
And you've got a heavy motor. You need help with that.
All right, so just a little post info on my first solo flight. So I think I mentioned in the video that we switched the hang points to where they were on the left side of the swing arms, even though the manual says to put them on the right. After asking some other pilots on Facebook, including one guy who actually has flown the exact same setup, it turns out that the manual for the the Parajet Volution 2 was written when there was only a belt-driven motor option for it. So with the belt drive, the prop rotates counterclockwise, so it torques right. I believe that's right. I can't remember, but anyway, the manual says to offset to the hang points to the right. So I did confirm with several other pilots that it should be to the left, since I have the Polini Thor 130, which rotates clockwise. In the process of asking on a few of the Facebook groups, I got a lot of hate. You know, it's kind of sad how hateful people in the paramotor community become as soon as you mention self-train. I've made other posts in the same exact groups without mentioning I was self-training, and everyone helped me out. Everyone was super kind, but the second you mention self-train, you know, people just get super hateful. It's kind of sad. They say I'm giving the sport a bad name by self-training, but in reality, they're giving it a bad name by being hateful when, if they don't agree with it, all they have to do is recommend I get formal training and move along, and that's it. But, so, you know, I made the decision to not get formal training. That was my decision. Whether or not people like it or not, I don't really care, you know. It's my life we're talking about, and I personally felt comfortable not getting formal training. I had another local pilot that I was able to do some tandems with. So I, you know, did have a little bit of experience being up on a paramotor. And he was able to guide me a little bit, you know, to make sure that I was staying safe. And so, I mean, if you are self-training, I do recommend that you find a local pilot who is willing to help. Now, a lot of them won't help. A lot of them will tell you to kick rocks because of liability issues. And, you know, I understand that too. But, you know, even with all the people online who left hateful comments, there's a lot of awesome people in this sport. And, you know, I received probably more hateful comments than I did helpful ones, but the people who left helpful comments and messaged me later, some of them actually private messaged me and apologized for the other people's comments. But, you know, they were awesome. They helped me out. I asked a simple question. I just wanted to verify which side the hang points should be on, just to confirm that I had it correct, so I could stay safe. And so, you know, thank you to the people who actually helped me out, instead of telling me to get formal training and then, you know, hoping that I had them in the right spot and, you know, whatnot. But so, you know, even well, I say I'm a self-trained pilot, but I've only had one solo flight. So until I get several and feel comfortable going up, you know, I can't really say that I won't ever go get formal training. So I personally do recommend formal training, even though I'm self-training myself. It's me. I feel comfortable with it, but I know everybody's different. And some people need formal training to get the hang of things. Myself, I tend to learn best by doing things, and I tend to learn things on my own. So I just like to learn myself if I can. But like I said, that's a personal choice for me. So I do recommend formal training. But then again, not all formal training is equal. And I actually bought my paramotor setup used from a flight school. And when they sent it to me, the hang points were in the location that the manual said. If I hadn't had done a hang test to confirm everything was set up right, it would have caused me to go into a left-hand twist immediately and could have ended badly. So I'm not sure why they were set up that way from a flight school. There's no way they were using it set up that way. So the only thing I can figure is that it was probably sitting in their shed or something, and they wanted to put it for sale, so they just had their mechanic throw it together real quick so they could sell it, and they didn't pay attention to what side the hang point should be on. But then again, you know, even though they did that wrong, it still falls on the owner to double check that. And so thankfully I did that hang test, which during that hang test I also found out that the factory hang points for my weight range were not accurate with that motor on it. In fact, whenever I did the hang test originally with my hang points in the location that the manual recommended for my weight, I immediately flipped backwards. So I ended up moving them to where it left me at about a 5 to 10 degree rearward lean angle, which is where everyone said you wanted to be. Well, I think max of 15. And I actually asked about that on Facebook too. And I had someone, now I don't know if I'm recalling correctly, but they either said that they worked for Parajet or something, or they had a lot of experience with Parajet, and they told me that with the Parajet Evolution 2, with the Polini Thor 130 engine on it, not to go away from what the manual said on hang point location for my weight. They said that they had someone flying the exact same setup, and they used the factory hang points for that with their weight and had no issues. And again, you can't trust everyone on the internet. And just from the fact I did a hang test and flipped backwards, I didn't feel comfortable taking that advice. So I chose to move the hang points to where when I did a hang test, I was hanging where I wanted to be, and I even throttled up and everything on the hang test, and felt comfortable with it. And when I got up in the air, it felt perfect to me. I wasn't leaning too far forward, and I wasn't leaning too far back. So if you do end up self-training, just be aware that you're gonna get a lot of hate for it. And if you just don't feel comfortable at some point, also don't be afraid to go from self-training to formal training. Also, try to find local pilots that will give you helpful advice. They may not want to come out and help you because of liability reasons, but some of them are more than willing to answer questions for you. And watch tons of YouTube videos. There are tons of helpful YouTube videos on how to properly do a hang test and set up everything, and how to kite your wing and all that stuff. So hopefully my next solo is gonna turn out great. I've still got tons of learning to do, and we'll just see how it goes, and I will keep y'all updated on my self-taught paramotoring journey. And yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you don't have any good comments, I am more than willing to accept helpful criticism, you know, but just be respectful when you leave those comments. You know, I don't need any hateful comments. I'll just ignore them anyway. But yeah, I understand everyone has different views. Some people think I'm an idiot because I'm self-training. But again, just tell me that you don't think it's safe and, you know, wish me luck and then move along. There's no need to call me an idiot or retarded or any of that stuff. You know, we're all in this sport for the same reason, and that's because we all have a passion to fly. And that's been my passion since I was very young. My dad had his private pilot's license, and we used to fly little Cessna 172s a lot. And then I went into the military where I was a mechanic, and I worked on Apache helicopters. And then after that, now I currently work at a small business at an airport where we work on aerobatic airplanes. I mean, we work on some world famous aerobatic pilots airplanes, and my boss is awesome, and I've gotten to go up several times in different planes. A Christensen Eagle, I believe I went up in a Pitts at one point. I've been up in extras, you know, and my goal throughout my life has just been to get airborne. And unfortunately, you know, things just haven't worked out for me to ever be able to get my private pilot's license, which is very expensive. And so I sought out other options that were cheaper, and I came across paramotoring. And just watching some of the videos, like from Tucker Gott, of him flying in some of the places he flies and the views, I was like, I've got to do that. And so, yeah, we're all in this sport for the same reason, and that's because we all have a passion to fly, and we shouldn't be putting each other down whether you agree with someone or not. You know, we should all try to help each other become better pilots and stay safe. So again, you know, if you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. Leave as much helpful criticism as you can. In fact, I love advice on how to do things better. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for hopefully many more videos to come.